My assignment tonight is a double assignment. And I want to do this before I get to that. If you would just let me do this for just a moment in 1 Timothy chapter number 4. You don't have to turn there. I'm going to be very brief, and then I'm going to move into things that God has ordained for me to move in tonight. But 1 Timothy chapter number 4. Just play very softly for me. It says in verse number 1, but the Spirit distinctly and expressly declares that in the latter times some will turn away from the faith, giving attention to deluding and seducing spirits and doctrines that demons teach. Through the hypocrisy and pretensions of liars whose consciences are seared. It says also in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1, it says, but know this, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of self, lovers of money, boastful, haughty, railers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Watch this now. Without natural affection, implacable, slanderers, without self-control, fierce, no lovers of good, traitors, headstrong, puffed up, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, holding a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. It goes on to say this, I'm about done this. From these turn away. See, right now some of you will be pulling out your cell phone, deleting some numbers. I got two questions. How did this happen? How did the people who once knew God get into this shape? I'll tell you why. Somewhere along the way, we, the church, lowered the standard of God. You need to hear me. You need to hear. This is why God is ordaining special gifts in the body right now. Watch this now. Somewhere while we were doing church, we lowered the standard of God to the point where now anything can come in the church and don't have to be changed. This is why there's no deliverance in the house. This is why there's no healing in the house. This is why we can't get set free. It's because we forgot that God says, I have a standard that must be raised. So if it comes in, it won't leave the same way it came. But because we've lowered the standard, men can come in the church and love themselves and not love God. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. We can't get into the kingdom because we're stuck in tradition. Watch this, watch this. When Jesus stepped on the scene, he told him, he said, your tradition make my word not effect. That's why we can preach a message and nobody be touched. We can preach a word, we can study, we can fall on our faces before God, and God give us a word, but the people cannot hear because they don't have ears to hear what the Spirit is saying. And then we go back to God and say, God, did I miss it? What did I know? We didn't miss it. The fact that here's what happened. You lowered the standard because you was too concerned about your praise team. You was too concerned about your deacon board. You was too concerned about having mega ministry. You was too concerned about having, oh, y'all not going to talk to me here. You was too concerned about competing